Well, this is Lynn Drzick, writer, producer, director of In the Woods, Catharsis Pictures production company I put together to make some horror movies and all that. This is kind of a bonus commentary on this 15th anniversary edition of In the Woods. This is audio commentary that was done with myself, actor DJ Perry once again, but this time we also have Stuart MacDonald, another actor in the film involved. I thought it would be neat to include this commentary track along, on the special edition, because we kind of went in more of the details, the nitty-gritty of making the movie. And the other commentary track over the 15th anniversary is with Nancy Gideon, the author of the novelization. And on that commentary track, that's a ton of fun because we get in a lot of the character motivations and all that kind of stuff. So this is from the director's cut, if you want to call that. Basically, I went in and trimmed the film even a little bit more. If you actually want to see this version of it, you have to go dig up the old DVD release. I think this was up like around 2007. But this will give you a pretty good idea of like the changes, some of the changes that we made and how we condensed a few items, to make this version of the movie. But at least you get to watch it in black and white here, which I think is pretty cool. And enjoy the commentary.
I am DJ Perry, also known as Alex Kerwood, and that's it.
I'm Stuart MacDonald, currently an unemployed actor, but I really enjoy being in this movie, and I'm really glad to be able to be back commentating about my very small role in the movie. I'm kidding. It was huge. I was in here for over 30 minutes, and I think over, 50 lines.
Well, see, if you're one of the larger characters, you just had more for people to criticize.
That's right. I avoided all that criticism.
Top billing is called cannon fodder.
And I felt like that earlier today.
Well, as we know with horror films.
Rips the microphone from me.
Yes. Anyways, the opening shot for In the Woods, which I can't see right now because Stuart MacDonald just reached across, got some popcorn in front of me. The opening shot for In the Woods. Here we go. I decided to start the movie off literally with a bang, this door being smashed open. Instead of other films, I just wanted to just explode into the movie, one big long Steadicam shot. I was inspired by Goodfellas, a lot of long Steadicam shots. You'll see a lot of them throughout here. The movie goes downhill from here.
Well, the girl I carried out of the burning building was an ex-girlfriend of mine, Rhonda, and she was a trooper.
I noticed you really threw her down on the ground.
Well, it was all acting. But she hurt herself on the tanks because we did multiple takes. And Stu, tell them about the day it was.
It was 99.99 degrees, and it was hot. And
actually, it was about like 102, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, the heat index was even hotter than that, I think. But it was so hot that your girlfriend had to go for heat exhaustion, and we were just boiling in these things. But it was a lot of work, but this was at your house, and you had a pool, and a lot of the guys went in the back and cooled off there.
Well, it was at the house I grew up in, my mother's house. Yeah, she had a pool in the backyard, and pretty much after every take, people would just strip out of these suits and jump in the pool to cool off. Paramedics were really kind of checking people out to make sure that everybody was surviving it.
We had a test run of that opening scene when we did the investor trailer.
Yes, we did. Yeah, it's a different... Yeah, that's right. If you watch the teaser trailer for In the Woods on here, one thing about the teaser trailer is we shot that to show investors that we know how to shoot film, So you'll notice like different fire trucks, and actually the fire truck in the teaser trailer is like this old collectible thing from maybe the 50s or something like that. It's just a cool fire truck. So we had to shoot that thing twice. And like I said, shooting at my mother's house, I don't think she was too happy about that, showing up to reshoot this whole fire scene.
Speaking of the fire scene, there was a fire. The guy from Mirage Technologies, he burned up his fire screen right at the entrance to your doorway, and they had to take the fan, the positive pressure fan, and get all the smoke out of your house. It was.
That's right. They did have to do that. Yeah, because it was the like those
fire bars.
Yeah, the fire bars. Yeah, they built like this artificial box just inside the front door that they smash open where they have the fire bars and smoke in there. Yeah, but unfortunately the drapes, like those plastic drapes that you pull up, they kind of started melting. So we didn't think about taking those down. But it turned out pretty good. I mean, for, low-budget film, to have an opening shot like that, I think it kind of
Well, both those shots, then around the trucks, those were very elaborate shots, and I think that was a nice way to open the film.
Yeah.
And
now, didn't we also shoot a version of this scene where you two guys are like in the shower talking to each other?
No, that was only in the imagination of the writer.
Oh, right.
Stu and I never had any scene go down like that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, but we were talking about it though. We were talking about is this going to be the big butt shot? You know, and that's what I was telling all my friends. Oh, there's going to be a big butt shot in here, and no, there wasn't.
Two men in a gerbil.
Yeah. Sounds like a good movie.
Actually, I was telling someone else that if I wasn't doing film, I was so taken by some of the opening scenes and the training and stuff that I could do the firefighter thing. And then come to find out today, you're doing some firefighting.
Yeah. Were you, Stuart, were you inspired by, tell us, Stuart, were you inspired by working on this movie and getting all dressed up and acting like a firefighter, playing firefighter, playing make-believe? Did that inspire you to become a real-life firefighter? Tell us.
Well, you know, I tell you what, didn't.
I don't care. Anyways,
let's talk about the chicks on the screen.
Yeah, let's look at the twins we have here. It's Leslie and Carrie.
Leslie and Carrie Nagy.
Yes.
And let's see, Leslie is now a
Lane
WB
Glenn, great actor.
Entertainment reporter.
Leslie
is,
yeah.
And Carrie is an independent actress out of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her last trip out. She's doing well.
And Stuart, don't you still have that shirt? I think I was at a barbecue here like over the summer. And I think you had that shirt.
I have that shirt. I had to rip the microphone out of Mike's. Mike. Lynn, is that your name? Is it Lynn or Dave? I can never figure that. Anyhow, no, this shot here is really good because we're all drinking this horrible Old Duels, or I don't know what beer it was, but it was awful. But you know, I remember asking Kevin Hewitt about this shot to see if they were going to get those funny lines in the TV set. You know how they if you shoot on film. And I asked you about that too, and you had to adjust the camera for it, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's like some sort of sync machine that they put between, I think, the playback of the VCR and the camera, so it gets all sync up, so you don't have that. Yeah, because normally, you know, when you shoot like a video camera, like the monitors in the back on the video game, you see how it's kind of flashing there. That's because we didn't sync those up with the camera. Oops. Write that down as faux pas number 1.
Oh,
there's going to be many of them.
If people are back there looking at the blur lines on the video game, we're really blowing the scene hard.
There's the flicker.
Yeah. Well, this is Jim Grulich, playing Fire Chief Wayne Higley. Jim, just a phenomenal job acting. I think, DJ, he stole the movie from you. Enough said. You can turn the commentary off right now.
That's it. I'm out of here.
That's all there is. And this is this location right here, and actually the earlier locations at the firefighters. We used real. I mean, these are all real locations right here. The Portage Fire Department really kind of stepped up and really helped make this movie. Couldn't have done it without them. They gave us, you know, the fire engines, the fire gear, this location here. As a matter of fact, the guy rolling over in the bed right there now, Captain Ed Helcom, real firefighter. He was kind of like our almost technical advisor, you would say. Kind of.
All those guys were very helpful.
Yeah, Brad Wilson, all of them. So this is cool. You see the light that we have coming in there. I mean, that's a. I mean, we did shoot at night, but we put some lights outside to shoot in, you know, that cool blue light, you know, that you see in a lot of movies.
David Lowing.
Yeah, Lowing Light and Grip.
Yeah.
You know, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, was our lighting grip company.
Great company.
This actor right here has been on Miami Vice. A few different episodes there. I haven't seen Miami Vice since I think it first aired on TV. And I'm going to have to check it out.
Oh.
All right.
Dave Eisern's car.
Dave Eisern, assistant cameraman. Now, we shot this movie in 27 days, which meant that a lot of locations we only had one night to shoot at, sometimes only hours to shoot at. Once you get, logistically, you don't get everybody there, and you don't get it set up and kind of block through the scenes. So we were pretty much running and gunning through this whole thing.
Well, a lot of complex things. You use a lot of dollies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of movies don't have the complex shots that you put together.
Well, this was also the first time I'd ever seen a Steadicam unit, and the Steadicam shots in here, which there are plenty, are phenomenal. They're really good shots.
Now, when you say there are plenty, are you saying I overuse a Steadicam? No, Steadicam is great too. I mean, first off, it saves you time.
Exactly.
You know, instead of laying down dolly track, especially, I think most of the stuff we shot out when we get into the woods, because the movie is called In the Woods. You know,
some of it does take place in the woods. Most of the stuff we shot out there in the woods, we used on Steadicam, just because it's so easy. You know, instead of laying dolly track and getting it perfectly smooth and all that, it just worked out quicker.
Nice, sweetie.
Now, DJ, tell us what's going on in this scene.
This is me drunk attempting to act sober, and
Much like you are right now.
yeah, this is straight vodka in this glass here.
Yeah.
The gerbils.
But this is
As everybody takes a drink.
Gerbils.
Woo!
Amy Tenaglia playing my wife Helen.
Amy did a great job in this. Now, we are a low-budget movie. You know, we try to do the best we can with the story, location, script, monsters, and everything. And our reviews have been kind of, I'd say about 20%, you know, favorable for the movie. Other people ripping into it. I think people just like to get on the internet and just kind of complain about something.
Well, especially
But,
with horror films.
Yeah, especially with horror films, we're kind of a target right there. Saying that a lot of the performances are melodramatic. This scene, soap opera.
Well, there's also a lot of people that go on these blogs or whatever you want to call them. That they're these chat rooms. They're trying to do what you've done. They want to make their own damn movie, and you know it's a very difficult process to do. And this is your first full-length movie, and here you go right out of the block. You know, you have a worldwide release movie. It's pretty cool.
Well, thanks, man.
And it was my first starring role, and I think it was one of your first acting roles.
Yeah,
On film, yeah. I'm more normally a stage actor, but this is the first film, which is incredibly cool. I remember getting the phone call and having Lori take a picture of me in the hotel room where we were at because we were performing, and I go, I got a role in a film. It was pretty cool. And then I called you up thinking, it was really weird. It was cool.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this was the first time you auditioned for a film or anything, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. You just kind of came in and, well, you know, we cast you because, well, you know, nobody else showed up to audition for the role. So we kind of felt kind of boxed in there.
For me, it was cash under the table, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, why did I have to perform sexual favors for everybody to get this role?
Those
So anyways,
went
you
around,
see-
how did I get left out of all that?
You got money.
Well, there you go.
Once again, you see the cool blue lighting coming in through the windows. You know, this low budget, 16 millimeter. I mean, granted we were running a gun, but still, I mean, Lowing Light and Grip and you know, Kevin Hewitt, they did a great job lighting this movie. I think, you know, making it look like it cost a lot more.
Oh, the production value
It's a great reaction from
is
me.
great on the thing. And, you know, I just graduated at this point from the Joey Tribbiani School of Acting. And so, you know, I was putting those things into practice. And the Shakespeare-like dialogue that we were given, you know, helped things right along.
Right. I'm sure it did.
What are you doing, Alex?
Come on, Helen, that's not funny.
But that's the thing. I mean, I had split duties on this, producing and directing simultaneously, which I do not want to do again. I want to be totally free just to direct so I can concentrate on the acting and know when to say, oh, let's
It
reel
was
it in.
write, produce, direct. I don't know about split. You were split several different times. I think there was a lot of
Didn't you
different...
cook every once in a while?
Speaking of cooking, our catering, huh?
Yes, that's the one thing I like to tell the nice story is we had some of the best catering on this film. I like to talk about, I was excited about the first roll. I worked out for a month. First day they got scalloped potatoes. I mean, it was like Thanksgiving, and it happened
Yeah, pretty much every day for lunch and breakfast and.
Because there's that scene later in the movie I have to take my shirt off, and I was going to try to be all buff, but by day 23 when I got to take my shirt off, I've been at the bar with Grulich and these other clowns and eating this Thanksgiving dinner every day for 23 days, and
it's like
I had
this-
the cop
Who's
line
this
going.
Jelly Belly we hired? You know,
The master of the 4-pack.
it's good stuff. It's the couch for you.
Amy is a lawyer now.
Yeah.
Yes.
An entertainment lawyer? Because I could use one right about now.
I don't know exactly what her field is, but
But it's lawyerly.
make sure she gets her residuals, Lynn. You know. Oh, this is where we fulfill the title of the movie.
In the woods. We are now going into the woods. Yeah, the music you hear was a track provided by Harvest Music and Sound Design, who did the audio work. They also, you know, write, compose, and perform and do music. And I mean, it's just kind of a cool song. Yeah, they put in there. I mean, it's
Julie and Mark put a lot of the music together, correct?
yeah,
Mark Miller.
Yeah, Mark Miller.
Julie.
Julie. You got Steve Curran also. You know,
Yeah.
who over there. Just a great place. Great place.
Oh, this
I mean,
is-
it was kind of the first full-length feature that we all did audio.
Here goes Michigan gun safety coming up.
What not to do. Now, let me tell you, throughout most of this movie, we performed safely with the guns. I'm sure that wasn't loaded.
Oh,
Never
live
th-
ammo,
never-
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And this is all we shot at cousin of mine. That's one thing. You're making a low budget independent movie. You're going to call on a lot of favors. You're going to
how
call.
many times you say low budget during this thing.
Okay. Low budget.
We're just gonna call it
LB.
budget restraint. Something.
Yeah.
We were working with parameters.
We had tightened strings.
Limitations.
Actually, our budget was pretty good for a first time out. We
Oh,
got this
yeah.
in the can for under 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think all the money's on the screen.
I know that all the money's on the screen. Oh, my check's still in the mail.
That's right. Yeah. You know what's cool though is you guys were deeply involved in this, and here I am. I'm just an actor in this movie.
Well,
no, I mean seriously, and it's interesting to see, and listening to you guys of all the different things that went on before I even got there, and hearing all these names, and it really gives you an idea of the scope of what you guys accomplished.
Well, there was 2 years of fundraising before.
yeah, I was just
the
going to
thing.
say. Yeah, I mean, we had to go through a lot to even get this on the screen, like you're saying. I wrote the screenplay and was going around trying to pitch investors on it, and that was kind of they hit a stumbling block because they're like, well, what experience do you have? Do you even know how to make a movie, pull it together? And that's when we produced the In the Woods teaser trailer, which is on this disc. And that's why you'll notice like a lot of the scenes in the teaser trailer aren't in the final movie.
That's when I got my first credit card.
That's right.
We learned that was my first lesson in debt.
Yeah, baby.
But it was worth it. We had a
Yeah,
great
yeah, because then
time.
we showed that to the investors,
Mhm.
and then it was like, oh, okay, we see what you're trying to do. You can make it look pretty. Go make your movie.
Oh, exactly.
And Wayne loves Alex being carved on the tree right there.
Well, it's interesting you say about you investing in the movie. The trailer we made for, hopefully, we were trying to get the second movie going. We invested in the trailer for that one.
There you go.
And so, because I was so enthralled with what you guys put together that I wanted to be involved in the second one. So, I'm part of it.
You are.
Now he's latched in, Why do you guys keep on bringing up that you put money into these projects? Are you trying to say something? Are you ganging up on me here? I don't have anything in my wallet, I swear.
I don't know what our point is with that. I don't know.
Our point is that it takes money to make a movie, and that you normally, on a movie of this scale, you're not gonna, I from what I've been learning is that you're not gonna get any of your money back on a lot of your first movies anyway. There's just no way it's gonna happen. Same thing in the record industry. It takes 5 to 6 records before you start seeing any real money. Same
Right.
thing with movies.
Yeah, and I think I was reading, like when I was putting this together, telling the investors, well, statistically, it seems like only about 5% of first features, because isn't there like about 1,000 movies, independent films made in the United States a year,
Right.
And a small portion of those actually get picked up and distributed. So I think we're lucky. I think we're smart enough to make it look good. We put the money where we needed it. Hire a great cinematographer, hire a great camera crew, hire a great lighting crew, and
After 15 years, we will make all the money back
that's right.
on this.
That's right. This is a second release of this movie. First time it got
Exactly.
out there. So there's definitely interest in this movie, and hopefully someday people.
I could say a few nice choice words about Spectrum Entertainment.
Anywho,
Aren't they gone now? They're completely gone.
Yeah, I think they liquidated their stock, paid their payroll, and went under.
yeah.
I bet you anything that's a common practice in this industry too, is that you have these virtual distribution companies that pop up, they find people like us, and then bang, they get
But
their
you know
money
what?
and they
It's
go.
a small world, and the more you get into distribution, you start
Yeah.
to find out who the rotten apples are.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. That's why I'm kind of happy that we got approached here to, get this film back out there. So
Yeah.
more people could see it, and also have the opportunity to go in and, it just says director's cut on there.
well, big
to
thank you
go
to
in.
Darren Ramage then.
Yeah. Yes. Over at Brain Damage.
Brain Damage Films.
Yes. Maxim International.
That's right. I think I think it's going to add quite a bit. And this new cut, I like some of the things that I've seen in it.
Well, yeah, it gave me the opportunity to go in, and there's a couple monster shots that we didn't use. I don't know why we didn't put them in there. Who knows what we were thinking? Because we edited this thing back in 1998 the first time, So yeah, so we put some new footage into this. I kind of re-edited, tweaked some scenes, made it flow a little bit better.
We're talking about the sponsorship of the flannel shirts. We should have, been after Eddie Bauer money or something like that. And we got Don Blackport's beautiful cross and gravesite area.
Yes, Don Blackport, art director. Great job with the design photos. Keeping the creatures up and running when we were having some trouble. Getting the monsters to perform. I mean, Don. Wow. I mean, he kind of turned into my assistant director on the shoot, which I didn't have when I started to shoot, and I'm glad he kind of went into that role. He just kind of took over. So I mean, a lot of this movie is you see on the screen is also Mr.
I like
Blackport.
the framing
Don.
on that. That's cool with the vines hanging down and everything. I think technically the movie is really well put together. I mean, it's not your... A lot of times you watch horror films and they're very flat. It's almost like you're watching a play in action because they don't get good coverage. We have all kind of coverage.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm digging with there.
I think that's a rock. You should caveman.
It's our 2001 tribute.
That's right.
Couple monkeys.
Yeah,
there.
this cross right here coming. The cameraman was actually that close. Came like just a couple inches from hitting his lens. DJ, weren't you trying to warn him? Kind of.
Well, you know what? We
You're
got
like,
into a
"Kevin!"
little heated discussion about that he was too close, and he kept insisting he wasn't. So I made him measure
He's
it.
a pro.
Yeah, well, the pro, he almost got KO'd by a big cross. And what do we got going on here?
Well, this is the devil dog. This is where you dig up the devil dog, and
yeah.
it's going to regenerate itself, and you become its new master.
If only I had let Jim open the damn bag.
That's right. This would have been a better movie.
I could have been the guy eating the toast and drinking the coffee.
That's right.
And he could have been without the shirt in the cold running through the woods.
That's right. That's right.
Although Jim was a heavy smoker, so he could only run about, we'd have to have oxygen waiting in between takes. No, we really did had to wait a couple times.
Yeah, we did. We did.
You'd be saying camera rolling, and I'd be yelling back in the woods, no, we got to wait for 5. Give us
It's like
10.
camera's rolling. Let's move it.
Oh.
But then in Jim's defense, you run like a little girl.
That was a character choice.
I like the handling of the knife here. Jim doesn't even know how to handle it. It's like, he's just slicing his hand open right there.
Wow. Here it is. Look at this.
Now that is not a low-budget skull. That is a cool kick-butt skull.
It is cool.
You guys should really be patting yourself on the back instead of beating yourself up saying that you got a low-budget movie here.
We should be selling those.
Stuart said the low-budget word, by the way.
I know.
I did not do it.
The funny thing is, you're talking about the running. That was, we were trying to emulate, when we were running through the woods, Jim and I, the Indiana Jones scene where they're running for the plane.
Yeah.
They're being chased because it's that frantic. You know what? You're trying to act and put yourself, what would it be like to have some sort of devil dog or a 7-foot-tall velociraptor thing attacking you?
I just have my dog.
Yeah, exactly. Lynn, walk us through the special effects here.
Well, a lot of reviews said that I just simply threw a smoke bomb in there and rolled the camera. No, that was a very technical effect where we had a wire buried underground running to a little flash pot with special powder in there. And on cue, mind you, on cue,
2-hour
we
setup,
said,
and
push
we
the
could have used a smoke.
We could have used a smoke bomb and bought
30 seconds.
And got some more creamer for the craft service table. Save some money. Yeah, you see that this is girly run there?
Bees. Weren't you guys shooting off at bees eventually?
Yeah, because we're shooting at bees.
Yeah, he said, how about if I shoot that beehive? Next thing you know, you're running out bees.
On the teaser trailer, I really liked that run scene going up to the truck. I thought that was very effective.
Yeah.
This was different.
Yeah, it was different, yeah.
Isn't that one of the firefighters right there, Ed?
Yeah, that drove by staring directly at the camera. Yeah, that was Ed. We just want to make sure he didn't hit us.
Let's see, back to the beautiful twins.
Yeah, all this stuff inside the bar we shot in one day. All these scenes that you'll see scattered throughout. And this next shot comes up when she walks over and talks to Wayne and Alex. I mean, the bar's open, so people are filling up the other half of the bar.
Because, after I promised my wife that I won't be drinking anymore and I get
but
lectured by Wayne.
But you just dug up a skull and chased out. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
And Jim Grulich here, he's actually drooling. He's so out of it. It's so funny. And Jim was really the one guy that kept everybody together because he was just the funniest guy to have around.
Oh, he is. And that's why I got to throw that shout out, the 2 keywords for him again. Country Palace and Peaches. I will say no more. Those are the code words. He knows what I'm talking about.
Interesting. You look pretty good as a drunk too. I mean,
Oh.
well, that's how you arrived on the set every morning, really. You know, except this morning we said do not give him any coffee.
Well, like I said, I slept on the couch the entire shoot, and every morning my wake up would be the catering people coming in, and
Isn't that heaven? Waking up to that, waking up to the smell of
you,
food cooking, and
But you didn't get the smell of food cooking at first. It was just this
all the
entourage
gear?
of people coming in. But yeah, we did a little field study in Kalamazoo. The town was really, really open.
Yeah.
Main Street Pub and a couple other little joints.
Definitely help support the crew, get us through.
Oh yeah.
And didn't the entire like Kalamazoo and Portage really pour out when you guys had your big premiere?
Yeah, we did. Our first premiere of the movie was kind of a work and cut. That was at the East Lansing Film Festival, and we sold out. People were ripping the posters off the walls, if you remember. Pretty much all the other movies that premiered at that festival, their posters were there. Ours were gone. So I think that's good. Standing room only. People really responded good to the movie.
It was a cool poster. And I think also when we were shooting, the town was very open. I mean, publicity-wise, the newspapers, the TV stations, just the word really got out.
Yeah, fortunately we didn't have to do any location fees, I mean, everybody just wanted to be involved and really help.
Look at
This is a psycho shot. Your hand was, almost right on her butt.
Well,
You were supposed to be passed out. Why did your hand directly go to her butt?
because I was, that's what you're supposed to do.
Didn't she need it, though? I mean, it looked pretty painful.
I read the Schwarzenegger book of acting, and he said, when on set, you grope a little. But actually, she was playing my wife, so, I thought.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, yeah, it's instinctive. Now, do you always keep like a big giant flashlight on the table?
I've never seen that.
I mean, what's the purpose in that, I mean, why keep a flashlight next to your fridge? In case the light goes out?
In case something falls. Do you know at my house, I have a big flashlight on the refrigerator? I don't know. It's just kind of where I know it is. But I didn't put that there. That was put by the art department.
Here's a cool shot. You'll notice a recurring theme throughout the movie, shooting through windows, and we pull back and see that, hey, wait, we're already inside somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, cinema magic.
Tricky.
Man, I watched the new Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban, is that what it is? And in that movie, I mean, pretty much every other shot seemed to be shooting through, going through a glass window, out of a glass window, through a glass ceiling or something like that.
And
he must have seen In the Woods.
yes, Harry Potter is based on In the Woods. Just like the Blair Witch thing. Our movie was first. It was
the
in
Blair
the
Witch thing.
first.
That's the original distributor. When they released In the Woods, they had the quote on the cover: "Creepier than Blair Witch Project."
Look at that.
Look at that.
And what was that, DJ?
That was me vomiting, and it was breakfast barf. It was chewed up egg and orange juice for 5 minutes, chewed up, and then spewed.
Yeah.
Well,
it worked out great.
Oh, yeah,
it had the good color.
At this time, I was a better spewer than a speaker, I think, on some of the scenes. So,
Well, yeah. Yeah, but Blair Witch. Let's talk about the Blair Witch thing. Yeah, because that quote came out, pretty much every other review said, movie has nothing to do. It's nothing to do with Blair Witch, and, it's...
Bottom line, Tall Creature or Devil Dog would kick the shit out of Blair Witch. Period. That's it. That's all
there you
that
go.
needs to be
There you
said.
go. Yep.
Okay. Who's afraid of the Blair Witch?
As I recall, there is no Blair or witch.
Yeah.
It was just a legend.
But this is definitely the scene where you take Alex's pants right off and put them on Helen. I tell you. He's so afraid of her at this point.
Well,
Well, she beat me like Lionel Richie in that other scene.
Ouch. Boy, that's a rough one right there.
Well,
That's a pretty picture.
Sometimes that stuff happens, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Once again, Porter's Fire Department, great letting us get on location. Shoot there.
Oh, they are great.
I think we shot like
That's the first time I saw the card fan there. A little bit of magic going on. I wonder who that was.
that was Stuart MacDonald and his the magic of Stuart MacDonald right there.
The magic that is Stuart.
Right.
And that's Matt Murdock.
Oh, you can see our reflection in the TV up there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I mean, because this movie is flawless. There are no goofs in this movie from beginning to end.
Oh, there's a bunch of goofs.
I
We're
should
all
know.
delivering lines. One of them standing behind the camera calling cut and action and everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Lane Glenn, John Hosack, Richard Jewell.
Murdoch.
Yeah, Matt Murdock.
Yeah, Matt Murdoch's there. Stuart MacDonald. DJ Perry right there. And second day of shooting, we shot this big dialogue scene.
Yeah.
I had no idea how to get coverage of it. But it cut together all right.
You know what? And I like the scene because you can tell that Alex is, he's not telling the whole truth about what really happened. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's confused right now. He just kind of.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe the movie's just way too deep for people.
Well, I can tell you that day I had a big zit on my cheek, and it's really bothering me right now.
Oh, jeez. That's it.
Look
We're going to
at-
have to.
No.
We're going
See,
to have to re-edit the movie once again.
Stu, it's a character choice. You tell them that you were an hour in makeup for them to put that on you,
Right.
like a scar or something else.
Right.
This is a good shot.
This is our first day of shooting. First shot of the movie right there. This was shot at an old apartment complex I used to live at, and that was the actual storage facility in the basement.
No, we didn't have to light it or anything. It's always spooky like that. No.
And that guy is always there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, he was. That is the maintenance man at the
That's Terry,
apartment complex.
right?
Yeah, Terry. Yeah. He wanted to be in the movie so bad. I'm like, all right, well, okay.
It's kind of neat because you got such a big guy. It kind of shows that if the creature's going to tear him apart.
Yeah.
Now, I like this new added shot you put in there.
Oh, that creature running right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured just to show a little bit more.
See, this is the one you want Peter Jackson to see, like the Feebles. This is when Muppets attack. This is
The Feebles.
Meet the Feebles. Tim. I think I noted earlier that Tim.
Jim Peterson?
That's Jim and Tim. Yep.
Jim and Tim?
Tim Jeffries.
Yeah.
And he directed his first feature this year. He's stuck in post somewhere.
Stuck in post.
Post
We all
hell.
know what that feels like, having a post up your, post.
Wow.
Hey,
I don't
don't
know where
quit
that-
your day job as a magician, because comedy ain't going to cut it for you.
I don't know where that came from. All right, now we're going to introduce Rachel. Great actress right there. Rachel. She's from England. Came over here studying to, Stuart, what's she studying again?
Doctor. She wanted to be a medical doctor. I had long conversations with her. Very nice lady, and a really good actress.
Yes. Now this right here, we're shooting. They're walking towards a mortuary, but this is inside a television station over in Kalamazoo, Channel 3. The whole police station and the stuff in the hallway, it's all CBS affiliate right there.
Look at his tie almost disappears into his shirt.
Wow.
You see that? That's
amazing.
That's amazing.
And they're gonna walk towards a coat rack and magically appear, blink, in the
oh, yeah.
embalming room. This is a real embalming room right here. We found a funeral home that was willing to let us use their facility, for half a day, which is kind of amazing that they let us in there. And when we showed up, I think it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, I showed up first with the production manager, and we realized they're still doing work in the room. So they finished up what they had to do, and they took somebody out of there and let us get in there. And there was...
Yeah, my little story was I stayed in there as little as possible because the room was just creepy and smelled like death. But anyways,
It did have a smell.
Don Blackport, the art director, was in there setting up, and he had gotten blood all on his hands from the torso deal.
The fake blood.
Yeah, the fake blood. So he goes to wash his hands, and the sink gurgled, and it shot out this, bone fragments and blood and gook onto his hands, and he freaked out. I mean, he was living in a horror film right there.
Wow, inspiration.
Now, what's interesting here, I don't know if we said it yet, but people, and when I was talking about the post thing, is that all the audio, I just stuck on my post. No, all the audio had to be redone, all ADR'd. And if you really think about it, you've got all these people who have basically did this movie for free, and they're so dedicated to, once the movie's finished, you think that's it. But then all of a sudden we had to actually redo everything all over again and react it. That's a lot of dedication, and you got some really good people backing you up on that.
I know a story
Yeah,
you didn't know.
yeah.
See the body part that was just there? Don Blackport, the art director, had it in his Jaguar in the trunk along with like a couple of the other limbs.
Yeah.
And as a joke, of course I was much younger, we were going to call into the police that we knew this guy had body parts in a trunk. He's driving around in his Jaguar with that stuff, but I was afraid it could muck up the production.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they could have slowed things down a little bit.
But that would have been funny to get stopped with that torso and all these
Oh,
things
yeah,
in
hilarious.
there. Yeah. Practical
Yeah,
joke gone too far.
We didn't have bail in our budget.
I think this is actually one of my favorite scenes with the flashlight. Is Alex looks really good here. DJ, you look really good. The flashlight, really, night shots are really good in this movie.
Amazingly, he didn't say anything about your post. Now you see another great shot coming out of this door. We magically somehow got the camera crew through a chain link fence without opening.
It's good tension. You built good tension here, and my favorite is right there, the gate,
Yeah.
the creak.
Yeah, the audio post guys did a great job. There's just one scene in this movie which we use the actual location audio. One scene.
Oh, this is where I noticed something's afoot. Oh, that's
wow.
bad.
Wow, that was bad. That was bad.
And how did I get that pencils and stuff to drop perfect?
Oh, didn't we push it over when you ran by?
I don't know.
It was
Special, it was wire work.
That's right. That's right. And another thing, people, this movie, no CGI whatsoever. So
Not that we're
we could've
bragging
used
about
some.
it, we just couldn't
Okay,
afford it.
I was gonna say we could have used some here and there. Catharsis Pictures mug
Oh, yeah.
and bad coffee apparently.
Nothing tastes good in that mug.
Oh, yes. Alex is finally getting a little bit fed up of these body parts showing up around
Yeah, that's
his
right.
house.
The tape is starting to multiply around the house. You had some tape in the front around the garage. Now there's tape around the tree in the backyard.
Can you imagine what the neighbors of Alex would have thought, There's
Yeah, we
just
should have showed a shot like neighbors putting for sale signs up.
looking through their windows.
Yeah, closing their drapes, locking their door, grabbing their kids off the street.
Now, Buck,
I think eventually that the entire Alex Kurtwood household should have been, each time that the camera revisited it, it should have been more tape, yellow police tape until the whole house was just nothing but tape.
well, it is kind of as we go on. That final scene, the whole backyard, it just,
Yeah,
it's taped up pretty good.
rats.
There were your gerbils, Lynn.
Yeah.
You want to comment on the gerbils?
Well, the gerbils are a metaphor for Stuart's pent-up post. Actually, I don't know. The gerbil, I don't know, because we had the devil dog in the movie, and I wanted to think of something that was kind of... I didn't think about it. I was just trying to write... She was a pet store owner, and I had to think of some kind of animal that would die.
It's the red herring, because everyone thinks they have it figured out. Goes, oh, it's one of those. It's some mutated gerbil, isn't it? Because he's dropped the line about 8, 9 times. I
Yeah,
know
there's
it's a
gonna,
gerbil.
yeah, it's going to be a four-legged furry thing eating people
Yeah,
because they're eating other hamsters.
he's
Or they
looking-
eat the gerbils.
The gerbil's looking for Richard Gere. He's gonna kill him.
And if you spell out gerbil on your remote, it releases some sort of a cookie on the DVD, doesn't it?
Sure.
Well, good luck to the DVD author with that one, man. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we had to shoot in this pet shop while the store was actually open, which pretty much most of our locations we had to do that. Which kind of makes it challenging, and we didn't have a lot of good options to light this in here. I mean, we had to get in and out and shoot this scene in like 3 hours.
She thinks I'm having some sort of a affair or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is very melodramatic, isn't it? Very.
and I
very
got a lot of
Dallas kinda
people who
thing.
said that, the way she was written or the way it came off, that she just really came across bitchy. I mean, we just were having a few drinks and hanging out with you as buddies. just like Al Fargo said. I think.
But how many times can she give you an ultimatum?
You know what? I was ready to just drop it and go hang with the twins. I mean, I told
Everybody was willing to drop it and hang with the twins.
Well, you know, Alex told Helen that menage a trois was a long time ago, and that should just be forgotten about. I mean, they're just friends now.
Right.
It's platonic.
Yeah, I'm sad we had to cut that scene out. You know.
I know the hot tub scene.
The hot tub scene. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the castle.
Welcome
Kalamazoo.
to Castle Evil.
And DJ and Tim improv this right here because we wanted to show an exterior shot of the castle. And there was scaffolding, so they said, well, let's...
Work that into the improv.
Yes. And I wanted to do a cool Steadicam shot around the house.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good.
A lot of Steadicam stuff. It does work good for, you know, walking and talking, and it keeps things kind of kinetic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it keeps it moving. I should have pushed the camera in a little bit more right here. This is my first time directing a full-length feature, you know, and just kind of a lot to think about, you know. And now looking back at it, I mean, sure there are a lot of different choices I would have made as far as shots and angles and whatnot, but you know, I'm still pretty happy with what we got here.
But you know what? After several features too, it's endurance. A lot of people don't understand. You got a lot of filmmakers that even want to stand out there in judgment if they've never done a feature film. You know, 3 days, 4 days, even a week, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But when you're deep into week 3, you know, and you're doing night shoots and stuff like that, it's an endurance battle.
It is a grind. It becomes work that you're happy to go do.
Right.
You know, I mean, you have no problem wanting to get to the set and all that kind of stuff. But then once you're there and the day starts and that, it can be pretty grueling. Mainly just because of the hours.
Right.
You know, nothing too physical.
The light's pretty. The way they got the flicker box deal with the fire.
Yeah, Amy looks good in that light there.
Yeah, they soften her image a lot here just before before you rip her up.
That's right.
You make her beautiful just prior.
Before the death. All right. Now, making amends.
Oh, this is the...
This scene actually went on a little bit longer. And didn't we ended up shooting where you tried to describe to her what happened? Like, oh, baby, you know, I found body parts and I don't know. And
it was really late at night, as I recall, and the scene just was going really rough.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
I like the big pillow in between them, too. That's shockingly excellent.
It symbolizes the distance between them.
And it's got a big happy sunshine on it or something.
Can they break through the pillow? Oh, there they go. Oh.
Oh.
To reveal another pillow.
Notice that Alex did not move.
That's right.
Uh-huh. You said, you come to me.
Woman?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
All right. Look at that kitchen, man. It's nice. Once again, all still inside this castle. We spent like 4 or 5 days in there shooting. And the guy who owns it, a lawyer, you know, runs a law firm out of there. He's got his law offices in there, too. And it's just bizarre because we were mainly there shooting nights. And we'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning shooting guns, squibs going off, people screaming at the top of their lungs. And he'll come walking through like the back, just kind of standing in the background, come down in his robe, glass of milk.
He had the hot tub on the roof, but right next to
the double dog in the background.
The staircase, there was no railing. You could just do a free fall from that place. Renee Pultz. And she did a very good job.
Yeah, here comes a big scene. The devil dog gets to eat some people. Whoa, what was going on there? We probably should have had another button undone right there, you know.
Yeah, well, look at... She doesn't have anything done button. You're supposed to show...
Right.
You know, I think with men being the main people who rent horror films, they want to see the lady's chest, not mine.
She's wearing a T-shirt. It's kind of hard to unbutton her shirt. Maybe she should have just had it
Well,
off.
this was all before Lynn was married. He was kind of like white and virgin-like before that. Oh, no.
And crunch. He's... I think we did like 8 takes of him screaming. I mean, he just almost lost his voice.
This was a fun scene, breaking through the table and all this and
off
that.
of the arm. Yep.
You know.
And Would have been nice if, the jaw worked and it blinked and, and all that. But once again, we were rushed, tried to get this done. And Stuart, being the emergency man, you are the firefighter. What's wrong with this scene?
She's bleeding out, and he's not doing anything to help her, other than in a minute. My favorite part is stuff it up. Yeah, that'll help. And it's only a brachial artery, and why don't you pet her hair? Maybe that'll help stem the tide of blood.
No. The story with the hair is Amy told me no matter what happens, do not get blood in my hair. So if you watch how many times I run my hand through her hair coated with blood, you'll see that I'm very good at following directions. Well, she is just because, of course, she can't move. Look at right there. She's unconscious, but she's just seething mad underneath there.
Surprised she didn't lift a leg and just kick you in the groin, man.
Well, I just
you're
laughed.
really rubbing it in, aren't you?
That was a secret thing there that nobody knew.
Twinkle.
I don't think they've ever done that in a movie before. Kind of to, show that the person's still alive.
Well, I did it intentionally.
That's all right.
I did it intentionally,
Well, there's
Show
a
that some
reason.
flicker, yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody thought it was just a big goof up. Like I can't see a big giant hand in close up, twinkling on the screen. But whatever.
The
And here he
fingers
is.
formed into an OK sign.
I think it would have been better if her hand would just walked off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Started another movie.
He's like, oh man, it must have been the world's best barbecue. You got sauce all over you and All right, here we go.
Okay, this is you get to say it this time.
All right. Hey, you might want to watch out. There's a slope. Yeah, for some reason that it's like he didn't see the slope there.
You know what? It's like his wife's arm got ripped off. He got to his car, a couple bottles of Wild Irish Rose. He woke up with a huge hangover.
Yeah, didn't we paint like the bruises on the back of your shoulder because you fell on it. You broke through the table. Remember that? We put the bruises there, but yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe you actually really bruised yourself making a movie.
You know what? I really did have a lot of bruises from doing this thing.
Because we couldn't afford stuntmen. Actually, there was only one stunt in this movie you didn't do.
I drove this car.
Yes, and I know right now we were fearing for our life.
Yeah.
Dirt road coming straight at us, it's like...
Just a little dink to the left.
Yeah, I'm in the back seat there, and we've got Kevin, camera guy, just squished in there, and...
This is where you hear like the Top Gun music start playing. Gotta go to the danger zone. Gonna kill the devil dog. Oh, man.
Back to the fire station, City of Portage. Fire station. What's that, Fire Station 1? This was a new fire station. I think it was only open like a year or two. And they let us go in there and do our thing.
And drive on the grass. Now at a fire hall, no way. That would never happen. They were really nice to you guys.
It's because we were making a movie.
That's right. We were making a movie about firefighters destroying medieval monsters. I mean, what better community service could you do?
Yes, they were drunks with horrible home lives, but...
What? Well, did you hear something? Always like that shot of Jim. Busy, working, hears a noise, looks up. It just works.
Well, he's probably got a lot of experience at looking busy. Yeah. I'm pretending I'm working.
I like the way it was shot and all that, Just had to go, handheld kind of, on the shoulder kind of.
Oh, yeah. It's got some good energy. I don't know.
See, you hatched a plan. That's another scene that we trimmed out of the movie, where you went to the firefighter training ground, and you kind of sat there, and
The
you're
moment
thinking.
of recognition.
Yeah, where you're like, I'm going to blow it up. Except when we shot the scene, we never had you saying, I'm going to blow it up. So, we don't know why you go there or why you leave.
It adds mystery.
It adds mystery. And running time. But we took it out. Yeah, these guys are all good. I mean, you guys yelling, screaming.
Little big-time wrestling scene coming up.
Boy, on the right, he looks like he's ready to pounce.
I know. Well,
Yeah, look at this fall. It's like...
Jim, I got two of them!
Oh! He almost made it out the door. Once again, back in this mansion. Wonderful place. The castle.
Fine.
Yeah. I like the lighting they did here. And guess what? He's like, oh my God. Who's going to pay for all this police tape?
Buck plays a good asshole in this. He's all about his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wants to get reelected. Which I think in the novel. Yeah, this was also made into a novel. Nancy Gideon made the novelization. And the story works great in novel form because you don't have to worry about budget. I mean... So if you like...
Did the comic book ever happen?
No, we were also trying to do a comic book. We got it through the pencil stages. And then it just kind of... We dried up on that. And... Because we were pursuing... After we shot the teaser trailer to entice investors, we also... I formed a little publishing wing, and we self-published the novelization that Nancy wrote, and got that out there, and they got some great reviews. And then we had, rough drafts of the comic book because we wanted to continue doing that.
The book got published twice, didn't it get picked up then by Imagine?
Yeah, we self-published it, and then a real publisher kind of picked it up after that. So that was kind of cool. And the novel got great reviews. As a matter of fact, I forget what year, but it was voted best horror paperback.
Sure wish the movie would have got voted that.
Hey, for a while, this movie was on the Internet Movie Database's, bottom 100 or something like that.
You know what? And it takes a lot to achieve something like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed we're not on the bottom 100 anymore because now we're just
mediocre.
Yeah, now we're just lost.
Yeah.
But now, hopefully, with this revisit of the movie, this special edition, these new scenes, trimming stuff up, it'll find an audience. I mean, it's great that.
We could get a good paycheck if that Mystery Science 3000 was still buying. Put a few robots on the front, make fun of us.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Actually, no, Joel Hodgson. He's the guy that started it. He's a magician.
Wow.
Well, maybe.
Well, let's stop this commentary and pick up the phone.
Hey! All right.
We need someone to do a little intro to the film.
Right.
He doesn't know me that well. I know him. I'm sort of a stalker.
Oh. All right.
Gotcha.
And a little name dropper, too. But, Rachel, great job. You see the eagle behind her? I don't know. There's no symbolism for the eagle.
She's got a unique tone of voice that people have brought up, but her.
Yeah, they
her
thought, why did we have, Kermit the Frog dubbing her voice? People, that is mean.
Yeah, that's mean.
She's British, and Cameo, the editor right there with the camera, and the production manager right there acting as a reporter.
Production manager who became who?
Well, there's a romantic spark, and next thing you know, I'm off the market.
Here we go. Back again. The all-American way. We know how to take care of problems. All you need is a little bit of
gasoline and some
TNT.
dynamite. Look at the way you look at that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny that it says dynamite. Does it actually say dynamite on it? Does dynamite?
You know what? I don't know.
I always expected to say Acme. When you pull out Acme.
Look at Alex has seen too many Roadrunner cartoons. He knows how he's going to kill the devil dog.
Yeah. Now here we are back at the television station, an office. We transformed into the police chief's office by putting a wanted poster up behind him. So, and the weird invisible wall in the back.
It's like a two-way mirror, kind of.
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
Or just the, what do they call it? The interrogation room back there.
Yeah. Nobody else is walking in his office. He's got a glass wall. See, you put up a wanted poster, you have a police chief's office.
It's that easy.
We
Now, Buck is a big stage actor.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm. He does a lot of the equity theater type stuff. I just love his voice, and everything he said, it just always came out so cool.
Yeah, you listen to every line he says,
What?
Great stuff. All right, here we go. Getting into some action. Now, the Devil Dog is going to make an appearance, and boy, did we have some trouble with the Devil Dog. When we shot this, I think this was our first night of using the Devil Dog, and it was still a full suit, meaning we had the actor portraying the Devil Dog climb in this suit through the back. Then it was snapped and buckled and hair put over it, and he could only breathe through the mouth of this thing.
It's like being trapped in a tire. You could not escape the thing once you were buckled in.
Yeah, and the heat was unbearable for him being in there. And so we'd get him all zipped up. The camera would roll, and we'd zip him up and then quickly shoot him and pull him out of there.
And those suits, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, didn't one guy have a wear something that was funny that you?
Oh yeah, one time we were shooting with it, and he was kind of wearing a what'd you call it? A thong in order to fit into the suit because it was skin tight, and he kind of felt funny about that, so we had to take all the women off the set.
That suit after a week smelled like the monkey house at the zoo.
Yeah, so we ended up cutting the suit in half, when we used it later, just so to get a little.
What's great here is they're worried about when jumping, horizontally.
That's DJ doing his own stunt.
Yeah, that the fire would come up underneath it because the suits were meant to protect you standing up. But when you're jumping and it's shooting behind you, they thought it might come up under the thing and
sizzle your nads.
So they just slathered me with more anti-fire gel and we just went for it. I had to sign a release.
Wow. Yeah, we're not stupid.
Exactly.
That's me. And
yeah.
I bought all the props. I bought the car for the shoot, and
that's your old car.
It's a write-off.
And a vest, and my little whistle here was totally ad-libbed.
That's amazing. That's your best line in the whole movie.
Yep. When I do that little, you said keep that.
Now who's the killer? That's Michael Brown.
The gun clerk.
Yeah, the gun clerk goes by
Osborne. John Osborne.
John Osborne.
Yeah.
Actually, this scene is actually pretty funny when he says, "No, I want the big one," and then he says, "Oh, you mean the black one?" That was so funny.
They're talking about the knives.
People still come up to Michael, or he goes by Malik now, and I've been around him. They still make him do his line. God damn it! I said stop.
Well, that's a good line, man. And actually added another shot of him, saying a line in here too. So.
Like I say, I still think we should just had an all-out gun battle. Just unloading. You got Al Fargo just unloading the gun keep, serial killer.
Yeah. Oh, great shot of Stuart right there. Oh, what's going on here? Sales transaction. Ooh, rubber finger. We were supposed to have a really cool-looking, half ripped off, rotted finger there, but yeah, we didn't.
Stu, you got kind of like a Michigan militia officer look going.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just character acting, character development. And I look at this scene now and I'm horrified.
Hey, those are those plastic wads I think that you put on like shotgun shells.
Yeah, that was. And one of them really hurt me.
Oh. Yeah, we added that shot right there. Open the bag, Al.
This is my first and only hit, my only slug on the big screen.
Yeah, I think after this, you're out of the movie, aren't you? This is your last scene in the movie?
Yeah, I don't know what I did to deserve it, but,
That's a great hit. That's a great hit.
Oh, yes. Like I said, we had to spend thousands of dollars on police tape. We just used so much of it. Next time we got to know to budget for more.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's cheap. It's cheap. Look, see more. Did they even put tape around the doghouse? The house
I know,
you're
it's
building?
because,
Or is that just a board in there?
body parts everywhere.
It looks like you're building a devil dog house there, It's your pet.
A trap.
You'll feed it.
It's my Scooby-Doo trap to try to catch the devil dog.
Jim Peterson, he looks like a small-town cop, doesn't he?
He is.
And ignore that his badges say Lapeer.
Yeah, he's an actual police officer.
He is?
Yeah. And that's why
that's right.
That's why he had all the gear. And
there's Lisa, production manager.
And wife. Like I said, she's still your production manager.
You're over budget.
Stop buying DVDs.
All right, now this right here, this interrogation scene we shot at the police station. I mean, at the television studio. This is the entrance into the women's bathroom, and there's another door that goes in there. But we picked this because it's got the cement walls, and a mirror on there, and it just kind of gave us that look. And one of the things, we ADR'd, replaced the dialogue in this whole movie. This scene we really had to because the echo in there. You couldn't understand what they were saying. But John, the serial killer, he wasn't available to come back because I think he was in New York working on some stuff. So a good friend of mine who just looks exactly like him did the voice. And there's people that know John that were on the set and still have no idea that it's not him doing the voice. It just came out good.
This guy's he's crazy. I don't think he was really in New York. I think he was locked up, like I said. I think he went home and had to stir the boiling head that was sitting on his stove.
You might be right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, typecasting.
You're fucking. Yeah, that's good stuff. Look, see, poor serial killer. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, what? What? What are they talking about?
And I like the Barney Fife scene at the very end. And he's taking it so serious.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, he's packing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if police officers are supposed to do that. Just kind of.
Where did the line "Can I have some Wheaties" come from? I mean, that's pure inspiration. I mean, can I have some coffee? Can I have a cigarette? Can I make my phone call? But can I have some Wheaties? And that just...
Here he's asking all the pointy questions. So why did you leave your wife in a pool of blood? Somebody had to kill that devil dog. Oh, it's funny stuff.
Actually, it rambled on a lot longer. We ended up trimming it down a little bit. You know, I think you were talking about like how you used to get locked in your high school locker. You know, kids always beating you up and
Kicking sand in my face.
yeah. And
You
you just
know.
couldn't take it anymore.
That Helen was abusive.
That's right. Look at him in the background. He's not buying it. Like how I stacked all the actors.
You don't have anything to worry about, Chief, because I took care of your problem for you.
It adds depth. Yeah. Words like composition. A bunch of other words.
His shirt always looks pink to me. I don't think we would have put a FBI detective in a pink shirt, but who knows?
I don't know. You were coming out of the 80s. Could have happened.
Oh, yeah. Coming out of the 80s, it was 97.
Well, some of us were slower coming out of the fog than others.
All right, now right here, the biggest scare, and every time we screen this in front of an audience, oh, jeez, there were some wet seats.
Yes, this worked.
And I'll tell you a little secret on how you get these actors to react. Right there, those two guys jumping right there, pulling out their guns. I told them, I'm going to make a little sound. I'm standing next to the camera. I said, I'm going to make a little sound, all right? And they're like, all right, I'll probably go, boom, something like that. Little did they know, behind my back was a 9mm with a loud blank in it. I mean, the loudest thing. And we're inside this little house here. And when I fired that gun, the entire crew, the only person that knew about it was the camera guy, because, you know, I didn't want him to freak. And so if you go back and watch that shot, you'll see how the camera literally shakes. I mean, it shook the whole house. And the reaction was good. I'm still surprised that they didn't pull out their guns and point them at me, you know. But now the tall creature's just kind of giving some symbols to you, like, what? Oh, yeah.
You put the reverse fire in there because it was cool, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was it was a fun scene because like Jim, no blood, nothing's happened to him ever since the grave scene, and then I look like I've been dragged behind a truck.
Oh, that shirt. The bane of my existence. Yeah, we had some continuity problems and issues shooting this movie with that shirt, which we'll talk about later, hopefully, if we remember.
And this is the day that you ran out of coffee and you thought it would be all right to just go with decaf, and that's the biggest no-no on a film set. 8 cups in, I'm trying to wake up. You know, we had a long week, towards the end of the week, I think, and
Yeah.
the coffee's just not kicking in. And
Well, I think this was our first day shoot after doing nights.
yeah, it was an adjustment going from nights to day.
Yeah. Some cool woods footage. These actors right here, great. We went to a real Renaissance festival, and these guys are actual jousters and performers. And, I mean, they go at it hard. I'm surprised they do not kill themselves. Full contact jousting and fighting. And, yeah, so we asked them, you know, if they wanted to be in the movie, and we got them, you know, for a day, and it looks good. Although in the original script, we're supposed to have hundreds of knights battling, and
Like we said, Lord of the Rings on $200.
Lord of the Rings on 200. That wouldn't even buy a millisecond of time on that movie.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is the thing. I like the way you guys reacted with each other in this scene, but the tone is slightly different than what we were going for in the rest of the movie.
You know what? And it was working, and that's like what people said. We could have either went more comedic with the film or went more straight with the film, but you know, it kind of was a mixed match.
Yeah.
A lot of it is the monsters. We're blaming the monsters, aren't we? Those things were a pain.
Oh, they were a pain.
Well, you couldn't get the movement out of them. to build the action scenes that we initially wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, it was a compromise with everything. Just hopefully just trying to get some stuff to work. Yeah, just getting them to move, you know?
Because, you know, I read some reviews that they thought that we shot it all in pieces and this and that. No, it was a straight-through shoot.
Yeah, 27 days.
Highly
From start to
organized
finish.
shoot.
That's what I said. I mean, if you look at, like, 90% of the locations and props and, I mean, the look of it all is good. You know, I'm happy with that. But, you know, I think if we just would have spent a little more time, a little more money on the creatures, you know, that would have kind of lifted the movie out a little bit. Right there, when he pulled and fired the gun right there, I shot out a little plastic wad and hit our camera operator right in the leg. Left a big welt on him, so...
You got to put that
so
blooper
blanks-
in. You got to put some bloopers
Blanks
together.
are dangerous.
Blanks are not our friend.
That's a new shot that we inserted of Jim, kind of watching him, you know, the camera pushing in on Jim as he watches out. And there's DJ's stunt double right there, Bill.
Yep.
Bill Shireman. He was hauling. And notice how it's going much slower because, well, there's DJ.
Well, because he was coming to a stop.
Right.
Damn, busted.
I'll let you do
the
the musical soundtrack for this one.
musical soundtrack. Dun 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 dun.
That's right.
Dun 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 dun. Jacques, start the plane.
Good stuff. Now here we are, the ending, the big confrontation between the two monsters. All this stuff from here, we shot it all in one night. Our last night of shooting, and we really should have had about 4 nights to shoot all this stuff. So it was scrambling. We were scrambling to get it all in the can, scrambling to get it done before the sun rose. You know, so we were really pushing the light. It's a cool shot.
Oh yeah. Man versus beast.
Hey, where'd you get that gun? You didn't run in there with a gun.
It was left there from when we were at the gravesite before, but most people don't pick up on that.
And here comes a tribute to Godzilla movies. Man in suit, man in suit. Men in suit.
Man, run away. Oh yeah.
What was the scream of those monsters? Where did you get that?
Oh god, the sound of the monsters. I mean, they were all combined from real animals. You know, we didn't want to do anything electronic or anything. So I think it's like walrus and tiger and
We tape
hippopotamus
recorded Lynn's lovemaking
and
and then altered.
Well, I would have thought maybe you would have made it a gerbil and then tweaked the gerbil sound.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Well, when they recorded those sounds, some gerbil sounds were included.
Oh yes, right.
They just changed the pitch and
It's a
stuff
mix.
of
It was
it.
a whole mix, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, monsters are fighting and you're running out of the woods still.
It's a cool looking shot. It was cold as hell, too.
Wow, whoa, did you see that? The jaw actually moved on that creature.
That's because I think I was running the cable.
That's right.
Work, damn you.
And all tribute to Predator, right?
Predator.
Ripping the spine out. See all those guts fly?
That was
Yeah, we had
pretty
the
damn cool.
the moon up there. It was a light that we put up on a big giant crane. Yeah, I was shooting this shot right here. Well, you know, the sun is starting to come up, and you know we wanted you to hurry, but you kept on taking your time falling. You know, it's like, oh, quit milking the scene. And
How
just-
many times is he going to fall?
Wow, you got butchered.
It's like safety. He made it back to the three-wheeler. Safety.
That's right.
Oh, now Jim shows up.
Oh yeah, yep. Afterwards, you're right. This is kind of funny. He's like, "Oh my God, your leg is broken. You don't look so well. You're freezing."
You know, it's kind of like Wayne was off doing his other jobs that he does, and then he'd come in for these little spurts.
I know. He's like,
Never-
"Oh, that's right, Alex. Oh shit.
Oh,
He's out
yeah.
there battling monsters."
Yeah, it's kind of like it was supposed to be a buddy movie, but then Jim...
Yeah. Well, yeah, he probably just like after you took off on a 3-wheeler, went back in, finished a sandwich.
Yeah,
You know, and
you know.
that's funny. He had to run back.
He's reading in the newspaper about Alex finding body parts and stuff, and he's just going, "Oh,
Whoa,
ain't that a crime?
why 2 and 2 go together?
I'm going to go mow the lawn." Yeah.
That's funny. He gives you this bloody shirt to put back on. Continuity, you know, because you have it in the next scene.
Yeah, we had shot the nursing home hospital scene with the shirt on, so We had to find a way to get the shirt back on.
I don't know if we made the right choice.
Oh, well, it's
But,
funny because he's got the 2 shirts on, and he's
right.
saying you're freezing, but he's not going to give me one of his nice warm shirts. He's going to give me my crappy bloody shirt to put back on.
And I did cut out the line where you said, "I can do it. I can do it."
I can do it.
It was a little too whiny.
Blow it
you
over
know?
here. Yeah.
And
Well, it just shows you what has to go into making a movie. I mean, you have to when it's never shot in the same order, and you never know, right down to the last detail, what's going to be shot in the next scene.
yeah, I mean, yeah, because we did shoot, the maintenance guy getting attacked, in the
Right.
storage facility. That was our first day. So, you shoot. Scheduling a shoot.
Too bad I didn't have blood on my hand again. She had forgiven me by then, I think.
Oh yeah. She got little birds on her outfit there.
Or
It's symbolic.
airplanes or
The next
something.
movie's gonna have a killer bird.
It's the Phoenix. It's the Phoenix. She rose from the ashes. You get it?
Oh.
the
Oh.
bird.
Right. Right.
Takes an educated man.
Well, I'm just a
But
director.
she's still a one-winged bird.
Yeah, in the
Yes.
in the sequel, she's gonna have a bionic arm, a robotic arm. Like.
So you said Nancy wrote this stuff. You
Yeah,
know
Nancy
what?
Gideon, who wrote the novel, wanted us to have, because she saw like a rough cut of the screenplay, and felt that we needed to have a little more of a get the
It felt
them
like a
back together.
romance novel.
yeah.
But you know what? She
It works.
still used your gerbil line. You can show me the difference between a gerbil and a
Hamster,
hamster.
yeah.
Do we ever figure out exactly what the difference is?
Well, no, man, go to your local pet shop and ask.
I guess I'm just not that interested.
Yeah. Oh, all is safe and good, except you forgot.
Oh, yes.
There's still some unfinished business out there.
So this new scene added here is setting up for...
A sequel. You're good. Yeah, we actually have a great sequel script written.
Well, let's not call it great. We get ourselves in trouble when we do that. It's better than the first one, I think.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have said this movie will be better than The Godfather when we went to make this, huh?
Well, we were still used to pitching investors still. I think...
But this works. I mean, before, we didn't have this coda, onion, whatever. We just finished it off with you and your wife. Everything is all hunky-dory. I don't know. It was just too schmaltzy.
No, this is
It needed
nice.
to be in there.
I like this added on to it. And,
Because the tall creature's still out there, and everybody kind of asks, what about the tall creature?
yeah. Man, I think we're getting...
Wow, we are getting calls
we're
in the studio
fan
now.
mail already. People are calling in. They heard we're talking about making a sequel, and they're already against it.
Wow, that is great.
They're calling
No,
in
they're
and
not against
protest.
it.
Well, you gotta understand. A lot of people saw the thing.
Yeah.
And it's technically it was a very ambitious and well done movie, I think. And
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what would come out now.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've definitely grown as a director. Next time I do another movie, I just want to focus just on directing, not worried about the whole producing aspect, so I can focus more on
Right.
getting the picture in there. But I mean, if you look at the credits, I mean, it takes a small army, to pull something off like this. Pull off a movie, and these are all the people that gave us, support, gave us time, gave us locations. I mean, we had a great.
My brother
crew.
worked on the
Yeah,
special
yeah.
effects crew building the monsters with Bob Dullum.
That's
That
right.
was neat.
And he was going to play the tall creature, but
You know what? He got in the suit one time, and he's a real tough guy. He was into the skateboarding and all this other reckless crap. And he came to me and he just said, "Man, I'm sorry, but I can't be in that thing."
it's claustrophobic, man.
Oh,
it's worse than claustrophobic.
The
It's
devil
a
dog
prison.
was worse than the tall creature, and
Yeah.
your crazy cousin is the one that we did end up
Bill.
strapping into the thing,
Well, yeah,
and he could take it.
it's amazing. Well, we were shooting. I was gonna say we were shooting at night, but we were shooting at night before. Maybe it was cooler that night. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't get in those things.
We spent a lot of time with Joel in that sound booth.
Oh god. Yeah, our ADR sessions were just kind of grueling.
Yeah.
But everybody did a great job on this movie, man. I mean, it looks good. I mean, I think with what we had,
Yeah.
we pulled it off. Our first time feature right out of the gate. We were fortunate that it got picked up for distribution, and fortunate that it's being re-released.
And you know, we are trying to entertain people. But if you took every person who commented, and it was only valid if they've done their own movie, you know, you'd lose a lot. Because a lot of people, they claim to, you know what they're talking about, and it's just like we talked about. It's someone who's never played a professional sport sitting on the sidelines criticizing the people playing in a game.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't take. I mean, the movie did get negative reviews. It got some good reviews too.
Oh, it did. You know, UK people, a few of them that talked to me, I was starting to wonder, what is the UK version better than the American version or what? But some friends of mine from the UK that got it, they really enjoy the film, but maybe it's just what they're into. I don't know.
Schlock? No, it's not schlock. I mean, it's great.
Well, it's kind of hip to be a critic, over here now. I think that Jay and Silent Bob movie said it best, when people just go on there just because they just like to rub people the wrong way. We know we didn't make it's not an Oscar-winning film here, but it was a great first step. It was it's a time capsule.
Yeah, man. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to us rant and
ramble.
Was this thing on the whole time? Was it still on?
It might have been.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?